IT Hero Podcast Show. Welcome everybody to the 12th show of IT Hero Podcast Show. And I know it's been a long time, and now we're back with a bang. Some really interesting guests on the show. And I'm starting with someone who's really motivated and an hardworking individual, all the way from Africa, Ghana. And the person who I'm going to introduce you today is completely from a non-tech background. She was a administrator into finance and business, and she found COVID has really challenged her lifestyle and a lot of hard stones on the way. And that's when she decided to become AWS Solution Architect. It's not easy. It's really a great achievement. So she started her career as a business admin, a finance admin. And then during COVID, she found a lot of hurdles to get a job. And then she found that tech could be a great source for her. And then she invested her time in certified cloud practitioner in AWS. And later on, went on to become a AWS solution architect. And now I can proudly say she's a technology trainer. And so let's welcome with a big, huge round of applause to Ajara Amadu.
Thank you very much, Raj. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you for joining the show, Ajara. So I gave a good,
You're
big
welcome.
introduction for you. So still, if I missed something, please feel free to say hi to the viewers and tell us something about you.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I think that's good. That was good. So as Raj said, I am from a different background, totally different from an IT. I was a business and a finance person, but then during COVID, I decided to switch to IT, and yes, I'm in that journey now. So basically, that's about me. So the introduction was fine.
Great,
Thank you.
great. Thank you, Ajara. First question is, the transition. How did the non-tech to tech transition happen?
Okay. So it was an interesting journey, to be honest with you, Raj. So my client journey actually happened um, during the COVID period. So before I started my AWS cloud journey, I had no idea, as I've said, I had no experience in tech. Neither did I even have any knowledge about the cloud. So all I knew then was that it was just iCloud on my iPhone, which I know what it's used for. That's all I knew about cloud. So it was really interesting. So my role before I switched to cloud and AWS cloud was that I was an interventions manager for a local NGO in Ghana here before the emergence of the COVID-19 in 2020.
Okay.
So COVID actually had an impact on my job. So we had to stay at home. And that was around somewhere March, April 2020. So during that period, I was actually searching online for another opportunity when I actually chanced upon an advertisement about AWS, like an organization in Ghana here called Azubi Africa, was advertising for people to join their AWS Restart program. That, what actually caught my attention was that you don't have to have any prior knowledge or experience in tech to be in the to join the program. So I was like, wow, why not? Because I've been a business development manager for a startup tech company before. So I mean, I've been interacting with the tech guys during our operations. So I was actually a bit interested in tech, but I didn't know I could put myself fully into it until I said, okay, let me give it a shot. So I applied for the program, and then I was selected. I went through all the processes, and then I was selected eventually. So we started it. It wasn't easy from the beginning. From the beginning, it was actually not easy, but then it's all about determination. I was really determined to, get into the tech field. So that was what I did. So yes, we learned a lot. It was 3 months. It was a 3 months intensive program where we learned a whole lot about Python. Basics in Python, databases, Linux, CSS, HTML, then soft skills, and then cloud services. So we sat for the certified cloud practitioner exams, and
Okay.
I passed very well. So as I said, with determination, I really passed, and then it was good. It was a big milestone that I achieved. So again, they gave us an opportunity. Azubi Africa sponsored us to do the solutions architect with
Hmm.
which was an online. This whole program was an online and instructor-led program. So I decided to join and do it again. So I started for the solutions architect, and by God's grace, I also passed that one. So I joined the organization. They offered me a job in it. I joined, and now I am a technology trainer who also trains other students to become certified cloud practitioners as well. So that's basically my journey into the cloud.
That's really inspiring, Ajara. That's a great journey. And
Yeah.
I know COVID, has been a hurdle for a lot of us. It has changed our lifestyle. It has changed the way we look at the world. A lot of things happened
Yeah.
negative. Also, on a positive side, it also helped, a lot of people find new opportunities. And I can see, I think if it was not for COVID, it would have been really, different journey for you. You would have still got stuck with the
Absolutely.
business admin job. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. So I really I'm inspired to know that what was your drive? It's a 3 months long course. Initial stage, it could be very intimidating that you don't know anything about technology and introduced into programming, Python. How was the initial days for you?
Okay, thank you very much, Raj. So the initial days was really challenging. So you can imagine someone who has no idea about Python, all these programming languages that we're learning, databases, learners. I had no idea what they were. They were really, really challenging. But one was my drive, my motivation. I motivated myself. I said, I have to do this. And if I'm doing anything, I make sure that I do it and do it well, not just do it halfway and leave it. And we had wonderful instructors in Azubi, Africa,
Okay.
who were always there for us.
Mhm.
They encouraged us, they supported us. So no matter your background, they were there for you 24/7. If you want to ask them anything, they were there. So they were a great motivation to this my journey. So they actually they inspired me a lot. So I
Okay.
actually made it, yeah,
Got
by
it.
their
So
help.
Azubi was a main source of motivation for you.
Absolutely.
Nice. So Azubi is an online-based organization that only runs in Africa, or it's worldwide, or how about the company?
Okay, so Azubi Africa is for West African. It runs the services for people in West Africa. Um, I mean, not only West Africa countries, but then for now we're running about over 80 countries in West Africa that are participating in the Azubi Africa program. So
Okay.
yes, it's an online-based program. Everything is done online, and the
Okay.
certification is done. You have your certificates.
Wow, great. I specifically wanted to know if it's online because I can share the link in the podcast description. Maybe the listeners can also check out Azubi, and listening to your
Okay,
story, I think it can help a lot of others who are trying to get into the tech world. So hopefully, it it would be useful for them.
absolutely.
Great, great.
Great. Yeah.
Awesome. So my next question is about your training journey. It's not easy to become a trainer because you need to know the technology and you need to be, experienced in a lot of things to become a trainer. And what made you to get into the training world?
Okay. Okay. So thank you. So when we finished the course, so I was employed by Azubi Africa to become a trainer. So before you start the training program, you actually go through a training. So we have trainer of trainers. So we're also trained on how to become, qualified trainers to be able to train other students as well. So we went through a process, a program, training program, and then we're equipped. One-time training is an ongoing training. As we are in, we are also learning a lot. We are learning, we are still going for other trainings as well. So yeah, basically that's how it's working here. That's what we do.
So it's like train the trainer program sort of. Okay.
Not the program itself, but before you become a trainer to train students in Azubi Africa will let you go through some training processes. You have to be trained to become a proper trainer in order to be able to train the students. For the students, you are just teaching them. You teach them the cloud stuff or the things that they need to know. So it's not only the AWS cloud services that we teach them, because we take into consideration the fact that some people like myself who are new to IT, they need to have the fundamentals of the IT before they start the cloud journey. So we teach them a whole lot of stuff like the databases, the Linux, and the Python programming and all that before we go into the cloud services for them to be able to get the cloud services and certify.
Got it. So you give them a holistic view of all the components involved, Linux, hardware, all those things. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you're learning AWS or learning technology in a broad way, do you find difficulties in any particular topic, or did you find any particular, subject or a concept very challenging?
Yes. So is it for me as a trainer or as a student?
I'd like to know both.
Both. Okay. All right then. So as a trainer, let me start from when I was a student. As a student, because I was new to it, it was actually most of the topics were very challenging to me because I didn't know about them basically. So it was challenging. But then, as I said, we have very competent instructors who were teaching us. So they took their time to actually explain the concepts really well for us to understand. So, and we also had to go online and read a lot more on them. We had video sessions, like go on YouTube to watch videos on the particular topic so that you can get the concepts really well. So as a student, that was what we're doing. And that's what we also encourage the students we are teaching them now to do. So as a trainer, yes, some concepts are, some of the topics, it can be a bit challenging, like networking and all that, but it's all about we also doing lots of research. So you do lots of research, you watch videos on YouTube and all that. You need to understand the concept before you can also teach others. So yes, if it's challenging, we give ourselves time, we read a lot, we do a lot of research, we watch videos on YouTube and other, on YouTube, so that we'll be able to grasp the concept in order to pass the knowledge on to the students.
Great.
So that's about that.
Got it. So I think a lot of investment into learning things in YouTube. And apart from YouTube, I think Azubi should also given you some material to learn.
Oh, yes, of course we do.
Yeah.
We do have materials, yes. We do have materials. That's why I said we do lots of research. So you have the materials, you read the materials, you read wide as well. You go online to do a lot of research as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are always equipped.
Got it. Like in terms of hands-on experience, labs or practicals, you also had opportunities to do hands-on?
Yes, absolutely. So AWS itself has the Avocarium where you can do lots of labs. So it's like a sandbox where you can do lots of about over 80 labs for the topics for you to do a hands-on practical experiences on. So yes, we do that. And then once you have AWS account, if you open an AWS account, you can practice over there as well. So for the hands-on experiences, by the time you finish this program, you are well equipped to, launch your career, your
Yeah.
first career in tech, in AWS or the cloud. Because as for the labs, we do lots of labs. We do have materials from other places as well, Waste Labs. We do have
Hmm.
Neil Davis materials and all that, and they are also full of labs for you to do so.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
that's great. That's great. Awesome. Also, in terms of career, you get easily these days, you can get a lot of materials online. You can learn. But how did you get the job as a cloud administrator from a non-tech? How did you get the job?
Okay. So as I mentioned earlier on, Azubi Africa trained us. So when they trained us, they have to, like, they know those. Once you are trained with them, they know the kind of person you are, they know your passion for the program, how you conduct yourself and all that. So after that stage, employed me, Azubi Africa employed me to become a technology trainer in Azubi Africa. So I got my job through the trainer who trained me, the
Okay.
organization. So mine was quite pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be easy from your perspective, but it's really not that easy to get that kind of a job as soon as you complete the course. Yeah, that shows your determination. As you
Okay.
mentioned, it's all about determination. And in your style, if you want to do it all the way. So that's why you got the
Yeah.
job. Yeah,
Yes.
great.
Yeah. But as someone who is new to the cloud concepts, if you once you go through the certification, you pass your certification exams as a new I mean as a person who is new in the cloud. Yes, I think getting a job, it might be challenging, but not so much, because it depends on how you express yourself. You need to prove to the employers, because the jobs are there. The jobs are being advertised everywhere. They are there, but you have to prove to the employer that you have what it takes to take that position. To work hard. So you need to prove to them that you've really learned, you've gone through the process, you have learned a lot with these labs and stuff that we do. Prove to them with the labs that you can do this, you can launch an EC2 instance, you can do this, you can do that, and yes, you'll be able to get a job. So I think it's all about how you express yourself and how
Mm.
you actually approach the job. I don't know how to put it, but then
Yeah.
yes, it's all about, yeah.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. And do you have any advice or any suggestion for someone who is getting into the cloud, someone who wants to pursue career in cloud? Do you have any advice for them?
Okay, yes. So I have an advice. My advice is that once you set up your mind to go into the cloud, it means that you have the interest in there. So you should be determined. My word is always determination. You should be determined to go into it fully. And then you also have to look for a mentor who will guide you throughout the journey, so that they will put you in the right direction, because it helps a lot. I had a mentor when I started it, and the mentor was absolutely wonderful. So
Okay,
through the advice and all that, moving on because of these advices that I had from the mentor. So yes, and you have to do, unless you have a program like what Azubi Africa is doing for us here, where you can join the program and you learn from the instructors, online instructors. You can do self-studies, the materials online, you can read, you can prepare yourself for the exams. You can do self-studies. If you are able to find, if you get this opportunity of a company organizing such a program,
mm,
why not just join and make sure that you focus your attention on the program, work well, work hard, and then yes,
great,
before you
great.
know it, you are done, you are certified, and the
Yeah,
cloud is actually the limit for you once you have the certifications. Yes.
awesome. Thank you, Ajara. We are at the end of the show. And if I had to take something really out of this
Yeah.
podcast, it is all about determination, motivation, and hard work to be successful in life. And you are a living example, show that anything is possible. And when you introduced yourself, you said, I used iCloud. Now I'm working in AWS Cloud. That was really interesting because all of us non-tech people, they only see cloud as something really magical. You cannot get into it easily, but it is possible if you have determination like yours. So really inspired and super motivated to have you on the show. And it's a great talk with you today. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Jara. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Raj. Thank you for having me. And yeah, thank you, TVS. All right then.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
IT Hero